Hello students, welcome in Babita Science tutorial. Let's continue our first chapter, crop production and management of class 8 science NCERT. In the previous topic we have done many things: crop production, what is a crop production and management, types of crops in India, and agriculture practices. In the agriculture practices, I told to you that various tasks which a farmer needs to do during cultivation of a crops. Okay, here there is a lots of various tasks like preparation of a soil, sowing, adding manures and fertilizers, irrigation, protecting from weeds, harvesting and storage. Now here we have done in the previous video preparation of a soil and sowing. Now this is our fifth video of a first chapter, crop productions and management. In this video we will discuss about the adding manure and fertilizer. I know you know the definition of a manure and fertilizer, but I will explain you in this topic about the adding manure and fertilizers. Let's continue our this topic. Now in this topic, adding manure and fertilizers. So why we add manures and fertilizers in the field? So we can add manures and fertilizers to the soil to replenish plant nutrients. To plant nutrient means if any nutrients is lost from the crop fields, then it will be replenished. No, that's why we will add the manures and fertilizers in the field. And these manures and fertilizers increases the nutrient of the soil, which help the plants to grow better. Let's discuss now. Our first point is a manure. So I told you difference between the manures and fertilizers. Manure is a natural one and fertilizers are man-made. Manures we can make in the home with the wastage of animals and straws and many things. But fertilizers, it is made in the factories and it is called the man-made. No, and let's continue here. Manure, how the manure is made? Manure is prepared here. Manure is prepared by the decomposition of the plants and animal waste. Decomposition means destroy, decompose of plants and animal waste. Farm waste is dumped in the field and is left to decompose. Sometimes the farm waste may be covered with a layer of a soil to hasten the process of a decomposition. So students, hasten means speed of the process of a decomposition. Sometimes help of the earthworm is also taken. The earthworm here, students, earthworm is also taken to hasten the means speed the process of this one. Farmers also make compost pits to prepare manures. Now students, what they want to tell you in this paragraph, that farm waste is dumped means दबाना, मिट्टी के अंदर दबाना, dumped in the field and left with, suppose this is a soil, okay, and students, you will dig this soil. No, when we dig this soil and you will throw all the kitchen waste in this one, kitchen waste or plant waste or animal waste here, and you will leave this soil for 1, 3 and 4 weeks. What happened? You will see here all this animal waste and the plant waste is start to decompose, and it is a mixes in the soil and the color of this soil will be changed. Okay, and it will happen due to the microorganisms are present in the soils, which helps in the decomposition of the animal waste and the plant waste. Sometimes farmers can do like that. They can dig the soil okay, and they can throw all the waste, okay, and then again it will cover it one layer of the two layer of the soil. Now all this plant waste and the animal waste are start to decompose inside the soil due to the microorganisms. This is the second step. In the third steps, farmers can do what here? They can dig a pit here in the soil like this. Okay, this one is a pit in the soil, and they can throw the all the plant waste or animal waste, or we can say that a kitchen waste, okay, in this dig. And they will keep the earthworm also. They will keep the inside the earthworm and cover this one with the one layer of the soil. And this earthworm start to decompose this animal waste and the plant waste. And you know, earthworm is the best friend of the farmers. Why it is called the best friend of the farmers? Because it will, first of all, it will start to decompose this one waste, okay, and that one is called the vermicompost. This one is called the vermicompost. Vermicompost is also one kind of the manure which is used by the, or which is convert the animal waste or the plant waste with the help of the farmer. Then earthworm is the best friend of the farmer because it helps in the rotation of the soils, and it can secrete the waste product in the soil which can increase the fertility of the soil. The students, here we have studied about how to make the manure in the home, and that is very easy. You can also do in your home. Now next step is advantages of a manure. Students, what are the advantages of a manure? First point, manure increases the nutrients in the soil. You know students, NP, nutrients in the soil, means NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. These are the very important nutrients of the soils. If we add the manure in the soil, then it will increase the fertility of the soil, or we can say that it can increases nutrients in soil. Another point, it improves the texture. Texture means solid, soft. No, it can improve the soil textures also. No, third point is it improves water retaining capacity of a soil. Yes, water retaining means store capacity of a soil. This is a soil. If we will add the manure in this soil, okay, then this soil makes helps in the porous the soil, which can lose the soil, makes the porous of the soil. And when we will add the water in it, then this water is goes inside or goes depth of the soil, which helps in the germination of the seed. This one is the seed, and which help in the germination of the seed. Next point is it is a free of any toxic materials, and thus is a environmental friendly. Environmental friendly means what, students? Here, environment friendly means which cannot be harmed our environment. Yes, manure is a natural one. It is not harm our soil. It does not harm our land. It will not create any soil pollutions. It will free of any toxic materials, and it helps in the increases the fertility of the soil and makes the porous of the soil. That are the advantages of a manures. And another topic is our fertilizers. I told you students, what is the difference between manures and fertilizers. The manures are the natural one, and fertilizers are the chemicals. Fertilizers are the chemicals and which contain a specific plant nutrient. Specific plant nutrient means NPK. that is a specific plant nutrient, and fertilizers are made in the factories, and it pack of fertilizers may contain one nutrient or more than one nutrient. Means many nutrients are more than one nutrient also present. Okay, then here examples are given here: urea, ammonium salt, ammonium sulfate, superphosphates, potash, and NPK. These all are the examples of a fertilizers. Now students, again here, what are the advantages of a fertilizers? Fertilizers give faster results compared to manure. Yes, it's true. Manure can increase the nutrients, but not too much. But fertilizers increases the nutrients very fastly. Give a faster results compared to manure. Second point is the use of fertilizers help farmers in significantly improving farm yield. Yes, if we use the fertilizers in the field, then it will increase in the crop productions, which is a very good for the farmers. Now, what are the disadvantages of a fertilizers? First point is excessive use of fertilizers can make the soil unfertile. Yes, it's true. If we use the excess use of the fertilizers in your crop fields, then what? So it can make the soil unfertile. Means excessive use of fertilizers is not good for the soil. Another point, harmful chemicals in fertilizers pollute the soil and the groundwater. Now students, second point is the harmful chemicals in fertilizers pollute the soil and groundwater. How students? See here, I will explain you. Suppose that this one is a soil, okay, and here plants are. If we will use lots of fertilizers in this field, then it will destroy the plant also, and it will makes the soil unfertile also. Okay, and if we use lots of fertilizers here, then what happened during the rainy season, during the raising season, what happened, this fertilizers will goes inside the soil and it will mixes in the groundwater. This one is the groundwater, okay, and this fertilizers goes inside in this groundwater, and these fertilizers can pollute the groundwater, which is not good for the human health. So these are the disadvantages of a fertilizers. That's why you can use the fertilizers in the field in the minimum amount, not too much. If we use these fertilizers in the field, then these disadvantages will come in front of you. Let's proceed now. Another topic, yes, some other methods of replenishing soil inert. Yes, we have a two method here. No, to increasing the soil nutrients in the soil. First one is a manure, and second one is a fertilizer. Means with the help of their manure, and another is of fertilizers. Okay, with the help of these fertilizers and manure, we can replenishing soil nutrients. But student, besides of these two methods, we have another methods also here, that is a fallow field, and another is a crop rotation. Let's discuss the fallow field. What is the fallow field? Fallow field means when the field is left uncultivated for a season. It is called the fallow field, or we can say that in the another term, left unsown for a period in order to restore its fertility. That is called the fallow field, or we in the easy way we can say the barren field. If we will leave this field, don't sow anything in this field for some years, for 1 year or 2 years, that is called the fallow field. In this way also you will increase the nutrients in this field. Okay, and the soil is recuperate nutrients through a natural process. Recuperate means students here recover. In this way also soils can recover nutrients through a natural process. that is called the fallow field. And another is a crop rotation. Students, what's the meaning of the crop rotation? According to them, rotation means rotate in the rotation way, no, or in the alternate ways. With the help of the crop rotation method also, we can increase the fertility of the soil, or we can increase the nutrients of the soil. Now students, see here, this is a time-tested method and has been used by the farmers since a long time. This involves growing a legume crop between the two successive cereal crops. Now students, here what is a legume crop? Legume crops are those crops in which lots of proteins are present. Okay, and see here, rhizobium bacteria live in the root nodules of a legume plants. This bacteria helps in the nitrogen fixation in a soil. This legume plant facilitates replenishment of the nutrients in a soil. Now students, I will explain you what is a legume crop, what is the root nodules, and what is a nitrogen fixation and rhizobium bacteria. Now see here, this is a plant, this one is the plant, okay, and it has a root, okay, this one is the root. Now this one is a leguminous plant. In the plant roots, nodules are present. This is called the nodules. In the root, nodules are present, and in this nodules, rhizobium bacteria is present. Rhizobium bacteria is present. Now what is the function of this rhizobium bacteria? This rhizobium bacteria helps in the nitrogen fixation. You know students, in the air, oxygen is present, nitrogen is present, and many other gases is also present. Oxygen is utilized by the human, but this nitrogen is not directly utilized by the plant. It will falls on the ground, and this falls on the ground, and this nitrogen is converted into the nitric acid, then nitrates, then nitrites. With the help of the rhizobium bacteria, it is converted into the amino acid, then it will convert it into the protein, okay, and this will happen in the leguminous plants. That's why in the leguminous crops lots of proteins are present. That's why we in the crop rotation farmers can do that in the alternate or in between, or we can say the two successive cereal crops, they can sow the legume crop, which can help in the increasing the fertility of the soil, and which can facilitate replenishment of a soil nutrients in soil. This bacteria, which bacteria here? Rhizobium bacteria. The rhizobium bacteria help in the nitrogen fixation in the soil. Other bacteria is also present in the soil, which helps in the nitrogen fixation. But in your book, only rhizobium bacteria is mentioned here. That's why I have explained about the rhizobium bacteria. The students, in this way we can increase the fertility of the soil, or we can say that in this way we can increase the nutrient of the soil. So this is all about our topic, manures and fertilizers. I hope you will understand this topic, manure and fertilizers. If you have any problem related to this topic, comment me in my comment box. Till then, bye and have a nice day. We will meet in our next video. Bye.